Morning everybody, welcome to a Shirley Park update. Great news, we've got 2 weeks of dry weather, or we've had 1 week. We're coming to the end of the second week of dry weather. We had a bit of drizzle on Monday and Tuesday, but nothing that hindered mowing operations and leaf collection. And this weekend coming, the 1st, 2nd of November and the 3rd of November, and into next week also looks dry. So whenever do we get 3 dry weeks at the end of October and the beginning of November? Never, not that I know anyway. But to me, it's come across as like one of the older autumns. We had a frost in the first few days of October, the first 10 days of October, and we haven't had one since. But this is how autumns used to be. We didn't used to have all these huge downpours of rain that here at Shirley Park create loads of problems with the drainage, the worm casts, and getting out there to be able to cut, because temperatures are still warm, so the grass is still growing, and when it rains we can't get mowers out there. So this has been great. It's extending your playing season. You're playing more golf. Buggies are still out. It's the 1st of November tomorrow and buggies are still out. It's great. Now, a couple of things related to all I've said. The frost was brilliant for these trees at the top of 10. These ones at the top of 17, and the poplars to the right of 11. And what it did is it very quickly turned them yellow, and they dropped very quickly. We had a storm a few weeks ago, the tail end of the storm in Scotland, and that also helped bring a load down. I didn't like coming in last Monday because it was an absolute pigsty, but we've prioritised leaf collection rather than leaf blowing. And the course is starting to look tidy. Now, I do stress that this is, one of the big points of the video. We haven't done anything magically different. We haven't got more staff. We're actually staffed down. We're a member down. The difference has been, because we're hearing some positive feedback that the course is looking tidy, because we've been able to collect leaves rather than blow them, and that's because it's been dry. So we're not tracking out, if you take a worm cast and drive over it and it's wet and it squidges, it starts degrading the surface. So we've been able to do a lot more collection because it's been dry, but we've been able to mow a lot more because it's dry. We're still mowing fairways today. We're cutting tees today, approaches. It's like it's springtime. Not quite as rapidly growing, but it's close to it. So we've got our hands full because we are having to do bunkers and mowing, but now you've added leaves on top, so that's 2 people, 1 to blow and 1 to collect, out of our team of 5. We were 6 until recently. We're working on that though. So we're losing 2, and then if you put 2 people on morning setup, you've only got 1 person really handling the mowing operations, because you've got 2 on setup, 1 on leaf collection, 1 on leaf blowing. That only leaves 1. So if you cut greens, you're out. You've got no one left. So we've got our hands full with the leaves, but the weather is really pleasing me, and hopefully you guys. Now, just finally to end the video, we need your help keeping the course playable and good. I'm on the 10th here, and this rope in particular is protecting the collar, or the fringe you call it. We have fine turf areas, tees, greens, fairways and approaches. And then you've got rough and semi-rough. The rough and semi-rough we don't care about, which is why you're tracking it out here, and that's absolutely fine. And we move the rope, alternate it, and give you a fresh area. But this here, please do not move. Help protect your fine turf areas. Where there are signs saying trolleys and buggies this way, follow them even if there's no rope. That is to extend your playing season, to extend your buggies, and to extend your trolley usage out here. But when this gets moved, and this has been 3 times a week, this rope's been moved roughly, 2 to 3 times every week for the last 3 weeks, someone is taking this down, and trolleys are wearing out the collar here, which is no good for anyone, and it's your golf course. Now, the rope is a pain in the backside for you guys, it's a pain in the backside for us. You drop a post to hit a shot, we have to drop all the posts to mow, and that adds 5 minutes a hole at least. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that's the difference between cutting a green or cutting a tee. Tees and greens take about 5 to 6 minutes each. So give us your help in replacing rope, adhering to signs, Keep taking buggies between 1 and 18 on the path, not up the fairway. They're too fragile, those fairways. Otherwise, that's it. Let's hope the weather stays. We've got a couple of little jobs, so when the weather does turn, we're going to start putting sand out on the walk-off. So areas like this, we will start sanding these, which we do every year. We are brushing the worm cast. There are no products left to kill or treat worms. We can only suppress them with a very expensive product that we can only afford to put on greens and on tees, and that is only on hotspot tees. It's very expensive, but we are brushing. But when we brush, it needs to be dry, otherwise we smear the surface. So we're doing that. And the little rings in the cups, let me give you a quick demonstration. 1 second, and then I'll end the video just here. So you'll notice these little, they're called stabilizer rings down the hole cups. They are to keep the integrity of the hole shape. These rings here. So the way that they go in, you've got a lip down there and a thin bit. The lip goes at the bottom so that it can sit on top of the hole cup. Okay, so if anyone accidentally knocks them out, that is how they go in, but they are to keep the integrity of the hole cup. The RNA have changed the rules to say that we can use them if that integrity is being jeopardised. So they will be a temporary thing that are removed come springtime. Otherwise, thank you for listening again. Let's all enjoy the weather. Wish you happy golfing up to Christmas, and stay tuned and like and subscribe. Thanks.